Good afternoon from the very hot San Ignacio here in Mexico. It is about 2 hours southeast of Guerrero Negro, where I spent the last couple days, and this is my next stop on my trip down Baja. I am staying here at the Motel Posada, as you saw there on the sign. Just a small family-run motel here in town. There are several other options here as well if you choose to do that instead. But for me, this was all I needed. So San Ignacio is a pretty small town. There's only about, I think, 500 or 600 people that live here. But there's some really interesting history here that I wanted to come and check out. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm going to go tomorrow in the morning when it's early, before it gets too hot, and go check out a couple of the sites here that I wanted to see. But yeah, this is my next spot in my ongoing adventures down Baja, California. Well, it's about 6:30 and the heat has finally died down to the point where it's almost pleasant outside. Time to go get something to eat. I haven't had a square meal since last night in Guerrero Negro. I was up early this morning, didn't feel like eating at the time. Let's go get some food. So there's a restaurant just up the street here called Antigua Bar, I think it is. And the reviews say it's really good. Lots of good fresh seafood. So let's head there and we'll give it a try. So that restaurant Antigua was delicious. Those tacos were fantastic. Prices were really good, and it's, again, a local place which I really enjoy. All around good stop. We'll check this out a little bit more tomorrow, including some of the more historical parts of this town. Good morning from San Ignacio. It is day 2 and I am here. It is a beautiful morning here so far, so I thought it'd be good to get out, get some breakfast, most importantly get some coffee, and then go check out a few of the sites that are around town. For a place this small, there sure is a lot of history to check out, so let's get going. So I've come over to La Huerta, which is another hotel here, but they actually have a restaurant as well. Looks like they had a pretty good menu here, and they bring me a whole carafe of coffee, so I'm going to be in a good mood today. So we've got ourselves some huevos rancheros and some bacon, because I've been craving bacon for a week or more. So this is La Huerta Hotel and Restaurant. Pretty nice looking rooms here too. I think it was around 1,500 pesos a night. It looks pretty nice. They have a store here on site as well, which I'm just going to go over and grab some water from before heading for the mission and a few other stops along the way. That breakfast was delicious and I thought pretty well priced, and the whole meal came to 180 pesos, so that was really good. Anyway, let's keep going before it gets too hot. Even though it's already too hot, we're gonna push through it for the next hour or so. Welcome to the mission San Ignacio de Caracaman. I probably butchered that name, but I think it's pretty close. This mission was built as a Jesuit mission back in the 1700s. It was built out of a combination of lava rock and stones, and the walls are something like 4 feet thick, I believe, in the building. The site was originally an indigenous settlement for the Cochimi tribe, and after its founding in 1728, it was used as a mission here to spread the word until the 1840s, when it was finally abandoned. The mission itself took nearly 50 years to build to its final state. So the mission was initiated by a famous Jesuit priest, Fernando Consag, and after 1786 it was used obviously with the local Cochimi population. However, due to pandemics and epidemics, there was a reduction in their population from 5,000 to only about 120 people left by the late 18th century. So finally, in 1840, this mission was abandoned, and it still sits here today. You can see that the mission is surrounded by citrus trees. This is a lime tree, as you can see. And yeah, there's other ones here as well. You can see that it's still well maintained even today, some almost 200 years since it was abandoned in 1840. The place is massive. I'm not a big religious person, but I find the size and effort that goes into some of these places is just amazing. You know, the Jesuits came here to, spread their faith in the 1700s to a local tribe that had probably had very little contact with, certainly with foreigners. They came here to build this, monument to their religion in a town that now houses about 500 to 600 people. You can even see here, as the stones were set, smaller rocks of lava rock were placed in between to try and shore up the walls. And then a plaster coating over top. Let's take a walk around to the front and go in through the front door. The site where this mission was built was discovered by the Jesuit Francisco Maria Piccolo in November 19th, 1716. This place was originally known by the local Indians as Kudakaman, word in Cochimi language meaning stream of reeds. There's also this beautiful square here, which we'll take a look at after, just outside. And of course, what would a church be but without a church cat? So yeah, an entirely impressive building considering that we're in a small little town here in Baja Sur, Mexico. And a testament to the people here who have been able to maintain it for the last 200 years as well. The gardens here are just spectacular. All kinds of different things here, different cactus. These straight spined barrel cactus. There's more cactus over here. Cheeseweed. Even a little path through here. Slipper plant. Strawberry cactus. I don't think it tastes probably anything like strawberries. Desert agave. Yucca trees. And there's that thick wall they talked about, the 4-foot thick wall that surrounds the entire area. And there's a shot of the bell tower there as well. Let's take a walk back over to the square, because at least over there it is shaded. Here where I'm standing is pretty hot. And so, as is tradition with many of these types of missions in small towns, There's of course a town square here as well, which is, you know, well maintained. Lots of shade, nice cool breeze here. Maybe we'll have a little sit down here for a few minutes before we continue our wander around the town of San Ignacio. It's fun people watching here. There seems to be a pretty good tourist trade here coming through on buses. I've been watching, and just while I've been sitting here, there's been two big tour buses have shown up. People have gotten out to run over and get pictures of the mission, and then run back to the bus where it's air conditioned. But you can see this is the perfect place to come if it's hot, because everything is very well shaded here. Good spot to cool off with a great view. And there goes another bus. So we're just going to take a walk through the square here. I was looking for, it said there was a museum here on the cave paintings next to the mission, but I couldn't find it, and I had to look around there a couple times for it with no luck. So it is currently 12:40 p.m. and it is about 36 degrees at the moment. The trick to this time of day is to either get indoors and get in the shade and or drink lots of water. Now that I'm standing here looking around, most of the shops and stuff have closed for this part of the day because of the heat, I assume. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to the hotel for a little bit, wait for it to cool off again, and then see what else we can find in this wonderful little town of San Ignacio. So while staying here in San Ignacio, I stayed at a local motel called Motel Posada. It's a family-run place here. It's only got 6 or 8 rooms, I think. And the cost for one night was 800 pesos. And I stayed for 2 nights, so 1,600 in total. There's actually 2 beds in here because it's a double room. So there's, you know, a double-sized bed here, another double-sized bed over here, little table in the middle, nightstand, I guess, with a lamp and stuff on it. So I've been using to do my work on while here. Nice, good air conditioner here up on the wall, which has kept the room very cool despite the heat outside. It has worked extremely well. Over here we just have a little storage area just for luggage. In here is the bathroom. Again, pretty basic, but complete. Got a shower and sink and toilet. Good, nice clean towels. Good shower. Here you can see the shower head and everything. Good hot water as well, which was important. It's good for a couple nights. If I was here longer, maybe I'd look at staying somewhere else. The guy that runs the place has been helpful. He's already said he'll get me a taxi in the morning to get down to the bus station, which is too far to walk from here because it's all the way sort of on the outside of town. My only complaint really, I guess, would be that the Wi-Fi is pretty weak. Now, it might be better in one of the other rooms. I'm in room number 1, which is on the far end. I mean, I am sort of in the middle of the desert in Baja, Mexico, and you just make do, whatever. Anyway, that's it for the room tour. You know, thumbs up. Good quiet place to sleep, comfortable bed, good air conditioner, hot shower. And there's a convenience store right across the street from here too. Like everything I found in Mexico, there's not really a lot of markup here in prices. Everything's really fairly priced, so, you know, they get all the usual convenience store stuff, but without maybe the convenience store prices that you're used to back home. In a little while, I'm going to head out and get some dinner. There's another restaurant near the square, or on the square, I guess, near the mission that I want to give a try this evening. I'm just waiting for it to cool down a little bit. It is currently just about 5 p.m. and it is, the feels like temperature right now is 37 degrees Celsius. So tomorrow I'm on the bus again tomorrow morning for, it's only a short hour-long drive. I am headed to Santa Rosalia for 2 nights. We're going to explore some of the sites there. Again, another town with lots of history, maybe not as well featured as some other larger spots or more well-known spots, but I mean, these are the kind of places I really like. San Ignacio is beautiful. After Santa Rosalia, I am going to be going to Mulegé, and I have a place booked there for a full week. So similar to Ensenada in terms of price, in terms of everything. I'm going to go hang out there for a week, just do some relaxing. The last few stops have all been pretty short. So between Guerrero Negro here and then in Santa Rosalia with like 2 days each and then a travel day. So it'll be nice just to kind of unwind a little bit and sit somewhere in the same spot for a week. So that is our plan from here. More to come from this little jaunt across Baja California here in Mexico. So just a quick update. I did find out that the museum I was looking for yesterday is in this building, which is directly next to the mission. But it was closed yesterday and appears to be closed today as well. I'm not sure if that black ribbon signifies something as to why it's closed, but anyway, if you do come to San Ignacio, which I do highly recommend, this is where the little museum would be.